I think I'm live. Hi, whoever is there. If you would like to say hello, you can click on the link, and I'm just going to get set up here just to make sure that you can see my mat and everything else that's going on. I think we're good. How's everybody doing this morning? Whew, it's early. I get up at 5 a.m. So, well, I lie, probably 5. I pretend I get up at 5, but I usually get up around 5:30. Anyhow, let me just make sure that everybody's here, and we'll get started probably, well, it's 6:52. We're going to start in 8 minutes. All right, so hang in there tight. I hope you all slept well. I've definitely been crazy busy in this last week, learning a whole new world of intranet and online stuff. And thank you to my husband. We worked through this. Thank you for my daughter for working through this. So they've definitely helped me a huge part with this learning curve. And I'm going to be a pro. I might go into a whole different business after this. Don't worry, I'm not. I'm just kidding. All right, so we have a few minutes left. So if you're here, what I'd like you to do is get ready with a mat, which I have behind me here, and also some water. And sometimes what I do is I layer a little bit, because when we first get started, we're not quite warm yet, and we might want to have a little bit of a layer on. So you might want to have a jacket to begin with. I have usually a few props. So some props that we use is bolsters, and they're going to be great for knees. If there's a certain position that you may not be able to do because you're not quite as flexible, or you have injuries. Seated type positions sometimes are great with the bolsters, so you can sit right on this, and it'll help open up your back and also support your lower back a little bit more. So we got 5 more minutes. I'm excited. Are you excited? I think I was dreaming about this all night. My clients always say this. They're like, how do you come up with all your stuff? I'm like, well, I dream it. I dream it up. I wake up in the morning. I'm like, yes, I know what I'm going to do today. Trying to keep you entertained while we're waiting. Okay, we have my brother from Germany. Hello. We have my husband, which is my hugest supporter. So he got up with me this morning and everything. Really, he should be right here with me, right? Don't you agree? I think you should comment on that. Next time, we're just going to have him join in. Maybe he'll teach a few poses for us. He's laughing at me. That's kind of funny, because I feel like I'm talking to myself, but I'm really not, because I have some comments. So I'm waiting. I'm going to be waiting until we're all here. And then I will officially introduce myself. So I'm just going to hang out here. Maybe I'll just have some coffee, because my husband was kind enough to make me one. Or I should be like a talk show host. No, I don't think I'd be very good at that either. So there is this idea that we can also watch this later. And I did put that out there, so maybe I shouldn't have. Because what happens is when you tell people, guess what? You don't really have to get up this early, and it will be recorded, so you can just watch it whenever you like today. So there's a possibility that some of you may feel, I'm just going to wait. I'm going to do this at noon, right? Because it is Saturday. But the truth is, this is a really good time to do yoga, because we've just woken up. We want to get our body mobile. Well, and if noon is that time for you, then that's great. But we do want to get our bodies mobile, and the sun is rising, and we kind of want to rise with that. And there's something to be said about getting up early, rising with the sun, and doing a routine of mobility and flexibility. All right, so who is here? So make sure that if you can chat, you can still text me. So if you have my cell phone, you can always let me know that you're here. Not only if you can't message on YouTube and you're not quite sure how to do that, you can totally text me on my phone and just go, hey, I'm here. Ich glaube, mein Papa kommt auch. Hello, Papa. I'm sorry, I can speak German, I can speak English, I cannot speak any other language. So once in a while I will pop into the German to say hello to my German family. But it doesn't mean I don't need to say hello to everybody else, but I just don't speak any other languages than that. All right, Patty's here. Hi, Patty. Oh, Mary Lee's here. Hi, how's it going? Good morning. When do you ever get up this early, hey? Oh, okay. I think my dad is going to watch this while he's walking. That's a good way of doing it. He's in nature. All right, we got a few people that are texting me that they're here. Oh, apparently a few people still need to get out of bed. So they're seeing it. Love that. See, I have to get up like almost an hour early to get this all going. So you guys can just jump in. And guess what? What are you wearing right now? So you don't even really have to get dressed up. Isn't that great? All you have to do is just be in your comfy, cozy pajamas. Hi, Michelle. All right, look at that. We have over 10 people up at this time of the day. Let's see where we're at. We are 2 minutes out of going live with this class, and it looks like we're going to be starting on time today. Hopefully there will be no glitches in the internet, and I won't be getting stuck into a weird pose. And if I do, then, just keep on flowing. Just maybe going to a cat and cow, maybe hang out wherever we left off for a while until I come back. And if I don't come back, then hopefully the recording will come up later. So we are going to be doing classes on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday as well. We will be posting those classes as well. And if you stay tuned with us, we will have another link that we're working on. And that is going to be a link that is specifically for these classes. All right, we're 1 minute out. Hello, everybody. Good morning. So I guess some of you who've known me and have come to my classes, I usually do very active classes, boot camp style, high intensity. But this is a Sonja that is a different Sonja, and it's more calming and nurturing. And not that I'm not nurturing at boot camp, but I'm just a little bit more meaner. But with this side is it's just more nurturing, and we do need that. And what you got to remember is that we all need the balance. Hello. Okay, so we are at 7 a.m. And anybody who knows me, I am a girl of starting on time. So we're going to get this going, and then everybody who joins in as we go can join in at any time. And as I said, if you are halfway through this and you somehow have to do this later again, this is recorded, so you can do this later again. But that doesn't mean you're allowed to leave right now. You're up with me now, and you're going to do this with me. So again, thank you for joining me today for our anti-stress yoga class. I'd like to thank Roy Rhodes University for sponsoring me to do this. My name is Sonja Badesi from Success Fitness, and today's focus is about deep breathing, being in the moment right now. Let's forget about everything else that's going on outside of your little bubble. We call it moving from the darkness to the light, being positive. And so far, for whoever is here right now, you've done the hardest part, and that's being here with me right now. You showed up, be proud of yourself, celebrate that, and we will get started. So what I'd like you to start with, and as I said, if you need some props, these bolsters are great if you have them. In the first class, if yoga is new to you, we will sort of sort through some poses, and you might find that some poses are a little bit more difficult for you, and I can give you some ideas on how to change that, but unfortunately I can't see you and I don't know what your level is, so do the best you can. All right, so let's start in a seated position, and we're going to go cross-legged, and I want you just to get comfortable there. So again, one of the props that I like to use for that is one of those blocks, and I can sit right on it, and it actually helps Balance. My hips a little bit more. I can drop my hips a little bit more. My tailbone's a little bit more supported, and so is my lower back. All right, so let's start in this position. I want you to sit nice and upright. I want you to try to relax those shoulders back. And I know it's early in the morning for you, unless this is for you a recording later on today, then you might be a little bit more mobile. What I like you to do is just get a feeling for your sit bone evenly sitting on each cheek. Get nicely and comfortable into this position. Relax the shoulders. Don't force this. I don't want you to pull it back and have this perfect posture. So just sort of roll the shoulders slightly back. And I'm not seeing you, you're only seeing me. So what I like you to do, which in a big class sometimes can be a little weird, but I want you to close your eyes. I want you to take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. And what we're trying to do here is, we want to try to inhale through the nose so it slows the breath right down. And exhale through the mouth and cleansing that breath. And you do want to do a little bit more forceful. And again, inhale through your nose. And exhale through your mouth. And notice I really try to, I don't know if you can hear it, but I really try to push it out there. Try not to slouch those shoulders, pull them slightly back again, don't force it. And while we're doing this nice deep breathing, hopefully we have a few more people joining in. And if you are there, hello, how are you this morning? Let it all go. And I want you to notice where this breath is going. So when you're taking that deep breath in, is that breath stopping at your chest? Is it going deeper into your belly? And that's what I want you to focus on. I want you to focus on getting it into the belly. And if it stops right here in the chest, that means there's a lot of stress up there. And we want to get deeper. We want to pull it down. Get that deep breath in. Right? And make those sounds. And again, the great thing about this is that you're in your own space, and it's okay how you look, it's okay what you wear, shouldn't matter anyways. Let's do one more, please. Good job. Let's open those eyes. We're going to hold it right here. We're just going to take your ear to your shoulder. And I'm not quite knowing yet if I say right, that that's your right, or if that would be your left. So I'm not even going to say right, left. Just tilt your head. And then tilting your head over to the other side. Ear to shoulder. And when we're doing that, we just want to feel this gentle pull down the neck. We're going to again go to the other side, but this time I want you to take your opposite arm. And I just want you to place it down beside you on the floor. If cross-legged is not comfortable for you, it's okay to get your legs out a little bit more, over to the other side. And it's also okay to do this in a chair, right? So there is options, and as we continue these classes, there will be all kinds of different classes that you can join into that might be more appropriate to you. But again, I'm very good at getting modifications. Unfortunately though, and one more time over to the side, I cannot see you. So I can't really help you, correct you, see what you're doing. And that's what I'm very good at too, being that I'm a personal trainer as well. And one more time over to the other side. All right, are we all here now? Good job. Take an ear over, so whoever is here, say hello. And back to the center. All right, from here we're gonna roll those shoulders out. Just want you to go nice and big, rotating it through. So this is not where we wanna move fast. I want you to take it nice and slow, big, and rolling it down your spine. Feel those joints moving with you. If you're super stiff right now, because again, it is early, and will take your body a little bit of time to adjust. If you're not a morning person and you decided to come and join me today, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Your body, again, is in a bit of a shock, I'm sure. Eating before yoga. Again, if you quickly grab something to eat just before, probably should have mentioned that earlier, might not be a good idea. So I actually have not had breakfast yet because my digestion would not allow that at this point. And again, 2 more. So I would be eating afterwards. 1 more. And release. We're gonna hold it right here. We're gonna look over your shoulder. So you can keep your hands on your knees. We're gonna take your head and we're just gonna rotate. Don't try to take the whole torso with you. We're just gonna look over your shoulder, turning it, just like when you're driving the car, you're supposed to do a shoulder check. We're gonna try to go as far as we can and back to the center and over to the other side as far as we can. And back to the center. We're going to look down towards the floor. And we're going to look back in front of you. What I'd like you to do is going to be a little funny. Well, I'm going to look funny to you. We're going to push your chin forward, like you're taking a turtle head out of its shell. And then we're going to slightly gaze up. I don't want you to yank your neck into that position. I just want you to come forward and gaze up. So slight little tilt with the neck. And back to the center. Good job. So just gonna move those shoulders around. Let's warm them up a little bit more. So unfortunately, I can't use music on my end because of copyright, but you can. So there's no reason that in the background you can't have a little bit of yoga music going, have a little bit of an incense going, and shake it out. Are we ready for a little bit of more intensity here? So let's take it over onto all fours. We're going to place our hands nice and wide. So spread those fingers out. Make sure that your arms and hands are aligned and your knees and hips are aligned. Relax those toes. And all we're going to do is a little cat and cow. We're all at different levels here. So what I want you to do is tuck your tailbone under. I want you to think like a zipper. We're going to tuck the tailbone under, rounding it up until you get to the mid part of your shoulder blades. Chin slightly tucks in, your tailbone slightly tucks in, exhaling into that position, and then inhaling out of it, but shifting your weight a little bit more towards the arms. And it's just a small little shift, all right? Ready? Exhale. And inhale. And again, exhale. And inhale. And again, exhale. And inhale. And again, exhale. And inhale. Right? What we want to do is warming up the spine. Our spinal health is super important for digestion. Our spinal health in general is super healthy. So working on the spine, being more flexible, working on the range of motion, all that stuff is to maintain a good, healthy body. Eating well and healthy is a big part of this. So no matter what movements we do, we don't eat well. 2 more. We're not going to feel very good. 1 more. And release. Good job. We're going to tuck our toes under if you are down here on the floor. And we're going to take our hands towards your knees. Some of us can do this. We're going to rock into your feet. If you cannot do this, don't stay in this bent position. Already go into your forward fold. So if you're familiar with yoga, that's where you would go. We don't want to press your heels right to the mat. I just want you to get that little stretch in those Achilles up the calf muscles. Let's hold it right here. And when you're ready, nice and slow, we're going to straighten those legs out into that forward fold. If you can touch the ground here, great. If you can, and you got to straighten out those legs, let it go. Like, don't force anything. So yoga is not forcing the movement. It's feeling the moment of your body right now in this moment. What can you do? Shake those arms out, let your head go, and let yourself dangle. We're going to roll it all the way up, 1 vertebrae at a time. Use those hips to get yourself upright. We're going to get those arms out to the sides, pressing those palms together. And I have a pillow in the way. And then exhale into your chest. All right, let's do that again. Inhale, reaching it up. We're going to come into a forward fold here. So going all the way over into that forward fold, letting yourself just dangle. Soften those knees if you need to. Let your head and shoulders go. And rolling it back up, one vertebrae at a time. Arms come out to the sides. Pressing it up. Exhale into your heart. We're going to hold it right here. I really want you to get centered. So we're going to have our heels, big toe, little toe, evenly on the mat. Feel your weight in one leg versus the other leg. So sort of shift right, left, and then feel centering yourself into that mat. Relax the shoulders. Holding it right here. Feel that center. Take again that nice deep breath in. Go deeper into your belly. And exhaling it out. So if you feel this right in your chest, you're stuck there. This is where we keep all the chest. That's why we walk around like this these last couple weeks, right? So we want to let that go. We're going to go into a sun salutation. So if you're unfamiliar with that, we're going to go nice and slow through it. So we're going to go to the end of your mat, right to the front, I should say. We're going to inhale, reaching it up. Exhale, hinging it forward. Touching the ground if you can, softening those knees. We're going to step your right foot back. High lunge position. If you're somebody who doesn't have the flexibility at this point, you can always have a block handy to help you out here, okay? From this position, we're going to feel a nice little stretch in those hip flexors. Again, don't force this. We're going to take your left foot back. We're going to be in the plank position. Hold it right here, get a feel for this. And you're going to sort of see me kind of moving around once in a while. I just sort of find my position, and we're all so different, right? So find your position that feels comfortable. We're going to drop your knees down, point your toes back into your child's pose. Arms extended, let's get that head right through those arms. And again, don't forget to breathe. We're going to dig those elbows in. Some of us can do it this way, and I'll give you two options here. Scoot your nose forward and come right into the up dog. Rolling it open. If that's difficult for you, you can just go straight into that up dog. Rolling the shoulders down your spine. If that's too hard in this position, just stay down here, right? Roll the shoulders down, stay in this position right here again. Don't force the body. Tucking your toes under, we're going to lift those hips up into a downward dog. Well, I hope that anybody who's joining today, if this is your first ever yoga class, bear with me, right? Do the best you can. We're going to press those heels down. See how I'm moving my feet a little bit? I'm finding the right spot for my feet, going right underneath my hips. We're going to get your head going through the arms as much as we can. Evenly press into each palm. Let your head dangle. And what I want you to focus on is pressing those heels as much as we can down towards the ground, pulling those knees up into your thighs, lifting the tailbone up towards the ceiling. The more we push the head through the arms, the harder and the tighter it's going to get. You're going to feel a deeper stretch going up those hamstrings. Let's step your right foot forward. We're going to go back into that high lunge position. So you should be on the other side. If you're not, then you're right and left. I don't know. It's different than mine, apparently. We're going to hold it right here, pressing again evenly. We want to keep our fingertips aligned with your toes. Okay? Again, ankle and knees aligned and hips aligned. We're going to step that left back foot in. Forward fold position. Let yourself just dangle. Let your head go. Let your shoulders go. We're going to slowly round up, one vertebrae at a time. Arms come out to the sides. Pressing those palms together. Exhale into your heart. Inhale, reaching it up. Exhale, hinging it forward, forward fold. We're going to go to the other side. Step your left foot back. Opening up into that hip stretch. Making sure your back stays as flat as you can. Again, if you have less flexibility, use a block, use a chair. Take that right foot back. Plank position. Spreading those fingers, evenly staying underneath those shoulders, head in neutral. Drop into your knees, into your child's pose, arms extended. Elbows dig in, scoot your nose forward, opening it up into the up dog. Rolling the shoulders down your spine. Tucking your toes under. Downward dog. Into that nice V position. Press those heels down into the mat. Again, we're going to get that nice feel for the push of the heels. Feel those calves, those hamstrings. Tailbone up towards the ceiling. Head going right through those arms. Again, if your downward dog is like this, that's okay. All right? So do what you can. If your downward dog has to be on a wall, then that's okay. All right? So there are certain things that you can totally adjust here. Let's walk your feet forward into a forward fold. Let's hold it right here. Let your head and shoulders go. We're going to take our hands on top of the knees, and we're going to come halfway up with your torso. Your torso should be parallel to the floor, okay? So if you had a mirror, ideally what we want to see is a nice flat back, but unfortunately we probably don't. I can see myself in the camera here, and so I can see where my back is at. So what we don't want is this, right? So you want to stick your bum out, stick your chest out, roll the shoulders down your spine, making sure your ankles and knees are aligned with each other. We're going to come into a seated chair position. So again, depending on you, how your flexibility and strength is in those thighs, right? So we're going to let those legs, we're going to keep them the same for a second, and we're going to slowly increase that angle of the torso. We're going to reach those arms up as we're trying to sit down into a fake pretend chair behind us, okay? What we're trying to do is get our arms to be right by your ears, right? So again, everybody's flexibility is a little different here. So if your arms are right here, it's okay, all right? It's not a comparison here. It's not that one person needs to do it better than another. Take a deep breath in. We're going to straighten those legs out, forward fold. Let your head and shoulders go. Hands go on your knees, bend those knees. Hold it right here. Get ready, chair pose. Reaching those arms up, sitting back in that chair, looking just in front of you, keeping your head in a neutral alignment. Hold it right here. Let those thighs do some work. Take a deep breath in. Exhaling it out. Taking it back down to the mat, forward fold. We're going to walk those hands forward, working those feet back, downward dog. Again, get that nice V position, head going through. Moving the head around, pressing those heels down. We're going to slowly walk into a plank position, so feet walk back. Hands are right underneath your shoulders, holding it right here, belly button pulls in. If that's too difficult, start dropping to the knees. Good job, evenly spread your weight into each arm. We're going to drop to the elbows. We're going to go into a crocodile pose or staff pose. We're going to bend those elbows and we're going to slowly, it's like a tricep push-up. We're going to slowly bend into it and try it. If this is the max you can hold yourself at, and this is difficult, then hold it here. If you can go almost to the ground and hold, let's hold it. Keep holding it for 4, 3, 2, all the way down. Good job. Point those toes back. We're going to retreat those shoulders down your spine, and we're going to come lifting it into a nice little baby cobra. I don't want you to lift it very high. I want to feel a little bit of that arch into the lower back. Looking just gently in front of you. Releasing it all the way back down. Tuck your toes under. Lifting it back into your downward dog. So you can go straight into that V position, or an alternative is to push to the knees. Get yourself on all fours, pressing it up into that downward dog. Press those heels back down into the mat. Spreading those fingers. Let your head go, right? So really trying to push your head through. Think about a thread attached to your tailbone and somebody's pulling that thread up to the ceiling. Deep breathing. Get all that oxygen in, flowing through the body. Grateful that your body can do this. We're going to come forward into the plank. Again, drop to the knees if you need to. Feel the strength of your body. Feel the strength of your core. Drop into the knees. Let's hold it right here. Belly button pulls in. One more time, going right into that staff pose. So make sure that your hands are right underneath your shoulders. Bend through the elbows. Come down as low as you can. Hold it, hovering just above the ground if you can. Work those triceps. And slowly coming all the way down, point those toes back. Little baby cobra. If you have more flexibility at this point, we can come up a little higher into that cobra. Totally up to your flexibility, right? So again, gauging it where you're at. If you're even more than that, we're gonna come right up into your cobra. Roll those shoulders down, so don't let them pop forward. And releasing it all the way back down. We're gonna pop ourselves up on all fours. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. If your mat is thick enough, this will be comfortable on your knees. But also again, these blocks are great, or even a thick towel to put right underneath your knees, right? So you have some support. So having a few props for yoga is really important to adjust it for your own level. Cat and cow, just like what we did for the warm-up, tuck the tailbone under, think zipper. Exhale, tucking it under, head comes under. Inhale, releasing it into that arch, opening the chest. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. Inhale. Good job. We're going to go into a neutral position, which just means that we're bracing the core. So really tucking everything in, making sure our core is supporting us. Your knees going to stay right underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to challenge your balance a little bit here. We're going to do your right leg, left arm, or left arm, right leg. It doesn't really matter what you're starting with. So one leg, start with it, going straight out. What we don't want here is a twist open of the hip. So when we get that foot straight out, I want you to think about pointing the hips down towards the ground. Opposite arm, ready? If you're not there yet and you're kind of going, there's no way, and you're all over the place, just start with your legs only, okay? Hold it here for 4 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. And again, inhale and exhale. One more time. And release. We're going to do the opposite side. Opposite leg out first. Try not to twist through the hip. And when you're ready, arm extends. Nice straight line. Think about going to the wall, wall to wall. So it's not how high we go. Think about the stretch that you're feeling. Deep breath in. One more. Feel the body. Be in tune with it. Be in the now. And releasing it. I'm going to separate those knees slightly, but keeping the big toes together. We're going to sit into those heels. Arms extended into your child's pose. Head going right down, crown to the ground. Bowing down to the earth. Pushing into the palms of your hands, lengthening those arms, lengthening through those lats. Good job, coming all the way back forward on all fours, tucking your toes under. So in the beginning, what we did there was the downward dog point into that staff pose and into the up dog. And we're going to do that a little bit quicker at this point. All right, so have your props ready. So if you just joined in, good morning. If you're going to be doing this later, I guess good afternoon or good evening. Palms nice and wide, nicely pressed into the floor, fingertips spread. Ready, downward dog. Exhale. Into your plank. Belly button pulls in, back is nice and flat, head in neutral. Drop to the knees. Point your toes back, bending through the elbows into your staff pose as low as you can and hold. Dropping all the way down to your chest, opening it up, mini cobra. Tucking the toes under, downward dog. Press those heels down towards the ground. Back to the plank. Hands underneath your shoulders. Belly button pulls in. Drop to the knees. Point your toes back. Bending through the elbows. Halfway down. Maybe a little bit further. Staff pose hold. All the way down. Little mini cobra. Ready? One more time. Should feel a little warmer here. Tuck your toes under. Downward dog. Pressing those heels down. Again, I play with it sometimes. Planking it. Hands underneath your shoulders. Spreading those hands. Belly button pulls in. Dropping to the knees. Point your toes back. Halfway down. Staff pose. Maybe all the way hold it. Hover. All the way down into the little mini baby cobra. Pressing it all the way back into your child's pose. Arms extended. How are we feeling? Should feel a little bit more mobility in there. Lower back should feel okay. Tune in with your body a little bit. Let's get your head right down towards the mat. And it's a morning routine. So we don't want to do anything vigorous at this point. We want to wake the body up nice and slow here. And it's supposed to de-stress you. So what the body needs when we're distressing is just mobility, flexibility, deep breathing, getting the oxygen in, slow moving. We're going to walk those hands over to one side. We call this a C shape, child's pose. Well, I do anyways. We're going to get your head right through those arms. Your top arm, so in my case this will be my left, is the one that's actually stretching. My right one is just here to support me. Okay, so I'm really trying to stretch over to that one side, and what I'm getting to is stretching those fingers out as far as you can. Feel that positioning. So we want that nice C shape positioning. Feel those lats, feel those hips, feel the lower back, and again, we're all different. Take it over to the center. Good thing we are different, because otherwise this world would be very boring. Nice extension of the arms. Get ready to come to the other side. C shape. So again, this time my right arm is the one that's reaching and stretching forward. My left arm is just here to support. All right, so I want to feel that nice stretch going all the way down my lats. Keep it holding here. Nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. And release. We're going to come back up on all fours. We're going to tuck those toes under. We're going to walk our hands towards your knees, and we're going to rock ourselves onto the feet. And just like what we did earlier in the warm-up, if you can't stay here because you have issues with your Achilles, your knees, you can already be in that forward fold. If you have the ability to stay here for a moment, this is a nice stretch so you're going up those calves. From here, we're going to come into a forward fold. Letting yourself just bend into it. Hold it right here. Feel the stretch down all the way up the back of those legs. Let your head go. Let your shoulders go. We're going to slowly roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Don't do this fast. We don't want to do this too fast. You get dizzy. Arms come out to the sides. Pressing those palms together. Exhale into your heart. Relaxing your shoulders down. Again, being present in this moment. Let's hold it right here. Be thankful for what we got. We got our breath. We have a space to do this. Be grounded. All right, let those arms go. Shake it out. We're going to place our feet nice and wide. And again, we're all different here. So if you need a chair, if you need props to hang on to, totally doable, right? So we can make these yoga classes completely for you, just knowing what you need to adjust. We're going to take your foot and we're going to point it away from you. So your knee, ankle, and hip is aligned. So I'm a little bit hypermobile here. So you want to soften that a little bit to start off with. That back foot, we're going to turn it in, and in a true warrior position, because that's what we're going to go into, your toes going to point towards me. But to be a little bit gentler on the knee and the hip, I'm actually angling a little bit more to about a 70 degree. So we're just a little gentle on the hip. If you have a chair here, that might work. We're going to bend this leg into it. What we don't want is your knee to go past your toes, okay? So let's place ourselves into that nice position, and we're going to work through the quad. We're going to work through that same side of the glute and the hip. And I want you to lean into it as much as you can. So we're going to feel a little bit of a stretch in that hip flexor. We're going to feel this quad working. It's the warrior position. So we want to feel strong. Your back foot, we're going to press to the outside of that back foot. It's almost like you're trying to turn that ankle out a little bit. Don't force that. Okay? We're going to lean into as much as you can. We're going to do a warrior one. So I want you to turn your torso towards the bent leg. All right? Let's hold it right here. Get a position for it. Relax the shoulders down and back. We're going to clasp those hands together. So my Charlie's Angels. Okay? So keep it turned. And I'm going to open it up and reaching those arms right above your head. We want to try to keep your arms right beside your ears if you can. Okay? If you're very tight in those shoulders, you might be right here. And again, totally okay. All right? When we go in this position, what usually happens, people tend to do this, right? So I want you to recorrect yourself, reposition yourself, press into it, and I want you to get a real feel for this. So if you look down towards your knee, is your knee and your hip aligned? Are we in that nice, powerful position? Are those quads doing the work? Exhale into it, relax those shoulders. If that's hard for your shoulders, you can always put your hands on your hips. We're going to take and turn our torso to the front, so facing me. Your legs don't come with you. They're going to stay the same positioning. And we're going to take those arms out to the sides. Warrior two. Let's hold it right here. So what this knee wants to do this. Okay? So we want to keep it pressed out. We're going to keep that torso turned, but not the legs. The legs stay exactly the same. We're going to take that left hand. I'm going to open that palm up. I'm going to take a look at that open palm. Nice straight line. So we're looking at front arm versus back arm. We want to have that nice straight line going on. Nice strong through the shoulders. Again, we don't want to come out of this position. Lean into it. Use a chair. Use some props to help you here. Take a deep breath in. We're going to take that back hand down to the leg. We're going to slide into the back leg, opening up reverse warrior. Lean back into it. Very powerful moves. Keeping that left leg bent, that front leg. We're going to take that left elbow. We're going to come down to the left thigh. We're going to rest it down onto it. Your right arm is going to reach up towards the ceiling, palm facing open. We're going to reach up to about the shoulder level to start off with. We're going to turn your torso nice and open, and then we're going to reach that arm a little bit further. We're going to look up towards the ceiling. Nice straight line. Right, so if this is too hard for the shoulder, it can stay right here. Keeping the look up to the ceiling. If you have some nice soft music going in your background, unfortunately I can't do that because of copyright, but for yourself, you might find that's a really nice added bonus. We're going to release it right here. We are going to just come into the upright position. We're going to straighten that front leg out. We're going to move your torso back towards that front leg. And I want you to come into a pyramid. So we're just going to slowly come down. It's like a stretch to the hamstring. If this is deep enough for you, then this is where you're going to stay. If you can go further, we're going to come lower. If you can come further yet, we're going to take it right down to the floor. If you have props, you can have 2 props on either foot, and you can hold it right here. If you have a chair, that might be very helpful. Feel the stretch in the back of that leg. We're going to try to get your nose to your knee. Might not be able to, but that's okay. We're going to come into a downward dog. So we're going to keep our hands down. We're going to take that front leg back, stepping it back into your downward dog. And you can pause me anytime too once it's all recorded, because if you needed props, if you needed a quick minute to have some water. Plank position, we know this. We've done this earlier. Drop to the knees, point your toes, halfway down, staff pose. A little bit further, make it more intense, use your strength. All the way down, little mini cobra. Releasing it all the way back down, tuck your toes under, downward dog. Press those heels down. Back to your plank. Drop to the knees. Come down into your staff pose. All the way, hold it. All the way down, point your toes back. Little mini cobra. Or all the way cobra. Releasing it back down. Tuck your toes under is your last one. Downward dog. Pressing those heels. This time from here, we're going to walk it all the way forward into a forward fold. Nice and slowly roll it up one vertebrae at a time. Arms come out to the sides, pressing those palms together. Exhale into your heart. Good job. We have two sides, so we're going to do the other side. So this time, let's face the front again. Relax those shoulders down. We're going to do your warrior position on the opposite side. So we're going to have your left foot out. So again, it's pointing away from you. The right foot comes in with a slight little bit of an angle. We're going to lean into your right leg. We're going to make sure the knee doesn't pop in, so pop it out a little bit. And we're going to turn your torso towards that right knee. And as soon as we do that, the knee wants to do funky things, okay? So keep it there. Feel your quad doing the work, pointing the torso towards that direction, shoulders relaxed in. Clasp those hands together. Charlie's Angels. Up we go. Biceps right beside your ears. Press to the outside of that back foot, right? Position yourself. If this is not comfortable, right, you can come in a little bit closer. Do the best you can. Use some chairs again, right? I'll say this very often. Also, we're moving through these, some of these go a little bit slower. Sometimes we move through them a little bit faster. Today I decided just to move through them a little bit slower. So you have an idea what the poses are going to be like today. As we continue on these classes, we might be moving through it a little bit quicker. Some classes might be faster, some classes might be slower. And you'll sort of get an idea on what fits your needs the best. Don't forget to deep breathe here, right? So not shrugging the shoulders, relax those shoulders. Deep breath in and relaxing it down. Let's turn the body to the front. Don't take the knee with you, right? Keeping it there. Arms come out to the sides. Level with your shoulders. Again, what the knee wants to do at the body, everything wants to rotate, right? But all we're rotating here is your torso. Pressing the outside of that foot, opening up your right palm. Your gaze should be at the right palm. Reaching through, it's like you're reaching away. It's a gesture of giving. Pressing into the quad. Right? There should be no pressure on your knee. If there's pressure on your knee, you might be pushing into it too hard. We're going to come into your reverse warrior. Left hand goes down, slide it down the back knee, opening up your right arm. Don't straighten that front leg out, keep that knee still bent. Deep breath in now. We're going to take your right arm down to your right thigh, resting it right here. We're going to open your torso, so you can start with your hand even on your hip. Opening it right up, we're going to look up towards the ceiling. We're going to take that left arm, reaching it up, and then reaching it up and above the head if you can. If that's too difficult on your shoulder, just keep it here. But our focus is the opening and the rotation of your torso. You're doing great. Good job. Thank you for coming today. We're going to take it all the way back down, straddling that right leg, and we're going to come into a downward dog from here, pressing it back. We're going to do a little walking dog, so your head stays through the arms. We're going to lift one heel, and then lift the other heel. Lift one heel, and lift the other heel. And again, lift, and press. Two more. Let your head go. One more. Pressing both heels back down, head going right through those arms. Coming back down to the knees. Pointing your toes back into your child's pose. Head going right down towards the mat. And what I do here is I separate my knees a little bit. Your big toes can stay together, right? Just so we make a little bit of a room so that we can breathe without squishing anything. Resting your head on the mat. Deep breath in. Coming right back up on all fours, we're going to hold it right here, hands down underneath your shoulders. We're going to relax through the lower back, just letting it go. And think about you have a pencil on your tailbone, and we're going to draw circles on the ceiling. So I just want you to circle those hips around. What we don't want is arching and rounding. It's not a cat and cow. We want to keep and maintain that arch. Circle on those hips. 2 more. And 1. Let's go the other way. Rotating through, just moving through those hips. And releasing it here. Let's come right to the front. We're going to cross those legs in a seated position if you can. If this is uncomfortable, again, we can get those legs out to the side. We can just be in a comfortable position here. Or you can have a seat on a block. Or again, you can have a seat on a chair, right? So crossing those legs out. We're not going to go into a deep relaxation on the end of this class today. I will be adding some of those where there's more deep relaxation. Roll those shoulders down. Let's give yourself a deep breath in. Exhaling it out. Move your head around a little bit, whatever feels right. Get a sense to where your body's going to be today. Good job. From here, we're going to take the bottoms of your feet together, soles of your feet, and we're going to slide them into your butterfly stretch. So again, having that block eases the pressure off your hips and your lower back, right? So when I'm on this block, I actually have a little bit more give to my hips. So you see the difference when I'm here, that actually bothers my lower back. So having that block gives me the ability to actually focus on the stretch a little bit more. And again, could we do the stretch seated? Of course we can. On a chair, of course we're seated. In a chair, we can do this all different ways. What we don't want here is the rounded back, right? So I don't want you to be here and forcing your whole body to do this. Try to stay nice and upright, dropping those knees. You can hang onto your toes or your ankles. And again, give yourself that nice deep breath in. Being thankful for today. Thank you for having me today. I muchly appreciate you joining me today. And hang in there. We're at our end for today's class. We will have a class on Monday at 12 o'clock at noon. Again, all these classes will be recorded. So you are at any point welcome, obviously, but there will be a new link that we will put out specifically for all these classes, so that you don't have to keep clicking and waiting for links to arrive. And you have the ability to just have that link, click on it, and watch any of the classes that have been recorded as well. So again, thank you for coming today. If you like to finish this off when I'm gone, what would be a good way of doing that is lying on your mat and just staying there for a bit, because you already have prepared your body at this point to be in a really nice, hopefully relaxed position. And it's always nice to sort of finish up with a nice relaxed breathing, lying on your back, but even in a seated position. Some people really like the child's pose and just stay there for a while. So taking the next 2, 3, 5, 10 minutes, it's early. You still have that time, hopefully, to do that. And again, take a deep breath in and exhaling it out. And we really appreciate any comments, any classes you would like to see in the next few weeks. We'll be happy to accommodate you. Let me see if I can see anybody else here. Hello. Thank you to Royal Woods University Recreation Center for letting us do this for you and keep you active. And I will see you on Monday. All right. Have a great day. Thank you so much.